What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another daily deck tech video and another Hobbit video. I do have a few viewer requests in the pipeline for this upcoming week, but while those are getting brewed up, kind of made, and final touches put on them, we got some more Hobbit ones for you because Hobbit is the new set, and I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. And yeah, I'm sorry in advance if you hate the Hobbit. But today we have Bard, King of Dale. Now, if you like my daily deck techs, if you like Magic for the Working Class, which is my series where I do deck techs for under $100 every Monday and Friday, if you like my discussion content where I just kind of talk about whatever I'm passionate about in Magic, or Historical Commander where I make historical figures into custom Commander cards and then give you some history facts about them while making decks around them, feel free to subscribe, but only and only if you feel I've earned it. And now, without further ado, I've got to get this video made because it's finally done raining outside here in Iowa and I have to mow my jungle of a lawn. So let's get this done, shall we? Bard, King of Dale. He's 1,000,000 mana. That's the big drawback to him, right? He's very alluring by his ability. He's a 3/5 for 4 generic and Azorius, reach and vigilance. And if you draw a card except for the first one you draw on each of your draw steps, you draw 2 cards instead. And if one or more tokens would be created under your control, create twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Those are both incredibly good effects. And I'm going to be very frank with you. This guy is a trap. You're going to look at these abilities and you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. But the only way you're going to be able to get a lot of value out of him is if you can get him down early. 6 in Azorius is difficult. You have to have mana ramp. So a good section of this deck is taken up by mana rocks, trying to get us mana faster and faster to get him out there. The quicker you can get him down, the better it is. But if he dies even like once, you're going to need some backup plans. So how are we going to build this deck today? Well, we've got 21 creatures. We are going with some tokens, some draw, and then some Lord of the Rings theme, because I do love Lord of the Rings a whole hell of a lot. First, we've got Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. You know her, you love her. She's a star 4 for 3, vigilance, and Adeline's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. And then whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. And that's really good. She gets very strong, and having that 4 toughness does make her a little bit more durable. She is not nearly as powerful as she used to be, as creatures they are going off the power creep scale like a 10.0 earthquake at this point. We have Bard, heir of Girion. He's a 4/4 for 4. Reach and vigilance. Other creatures you control get +1/+1, so we can pump up our tokens. And whenever you attack, draw a card. He doesn't have to be the one attacking. You can attack with a token to draw a card, which then if you have him out there with Bard, King of Dale, you're going to be able to draw another card. And we have Bard, the Bowman. He's got that black arrow ready to go. He's a 1/3 for 3. Reach, and whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. He gains lifelink until end of turn. That helps grow your creatures, and getting lifelink until end of turn is nothing to balk at. We have Belladonna Took. There are a lot of cards from The Hobbit that go very well with this Bard. And Belladonna Took is a 2/2 for 2 with whenever a token you control enters, you gain 1 life if it's the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time, draw a card. If it's the third time, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. It's very, very good. We have Boromir, Warden of the Tower. I wanted a little bit more protection for my stuff. And I wanted to go Lord of the Rings theme, so we have Boromir. He's a 3/3 for 3, vigilance, and whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. So, suck it, free counter spells. And then sacrifice Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn, and the ring tips you. We have Emrakul's Messenger, devoid, flying, and whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sack this creature, add a colorless mana. This card is in here because it's going to generate little mana dorky dudes, so when somebody inevitably just kills your Bard, you have all these dudes down here as backup to help ramp them out faster. We have Exalted Sunborn with some absolutely stunning art by Scott M. Fisher. Scott, you did an amazing job. 10 out of 10, no notes. 4/5 for 5, flying and lifelink. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. You can also warp it, which means you can cast it from your hand. It stays in play for that turn, and then it goes to exile, and then you can cast it from exile for its full cost. We have Faramir, Prince of Athelion. I love this card. I love this card a whole hell of a lot. It's a 3/3 for 4, and at the beginning of your end step, choose an opponent. At the beginning of that player's next end step, you draw a card if they didn't attack you that turn. Otherwise, create 3/1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. This card has a very interesting and unique effect. It can help protect you, can help draw you extra cards, always good. And then we have Faramir, Steward of Gondor. Whenever a legendary creature, mana value 4 or greater, enters, which we have quite a few of, enter the battlefield under your control, you become the Monarch. Monarch's always good because you draw an extra card during your end step. At the beginning of your end step, if you're the Monarch, create 2/1/1 white soldier creature tokens. We have Homunculus Horde. Okay, I know this card's probably not the best card in the world, but I love this card so damn much. He goes in like any deck of mine that generates both tokens and draws cards. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a token that's a copy of this creature, and then those tokens will create copies of themselves, and so you eventually have all of these little dudes who look like Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. Then we have King T'Challa. He's a 3/2 for 3, flash, and whenever a player draws their second card each turn, you draw a card, and then you can always transform him or play him as his transformed side. He's a 3/3 for 6, double strike, flash, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Black Panther, and when Black Panther deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Pretty good overall. Very good card. Also, I love the Black Panther first movie. The second one had some like production problems and stuff with it, but there were some cool aspects to it still. We have Lusonarch Captain, 3/1 for 4, first strike, and when Lusonarch Captain or another human enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. This is incredible because we can generate a whole bunch of human soldier creature tokens, which will tap a bunch of their stuff, and at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So, if you create double that, then, you get to tap 2 things. We have Mangara the Diplomat. Lifelink, whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of them attack you, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. Always good. Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards. Whenever 1 or more tokens you control enter, you draw a card. We have Monastery Mentor, Prowess, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with Prowess. Always good. Moonshaker Cavalry. This is a game ender. It's just white Craterhoof Behemoth. When it enters, creatures you control get flying +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. White Craterhoof. Instead of trample, it's flying. Nadir Kraken. This is another one of those pet cards that I love throwing in. Whenever you draw a card, you can pay 1 generic. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on the Kraken, and you create a 1/1 tentacle token. Or with Bard, 2 tentacle tokens. Regardless, your Kraken gets big, becomes a threat, and generates a whole bunch of little dorky blockers for you. Prince Imrahil the Fair. This is another card that I absolutely adore. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. I really do think that Bard here was specifically designed with these old blue-white cards from Lord of the Rings in mind. If anyone from Wizards design team ever sees this, would you let me know if that was the case? I don't think anybody from Wizards is ever gonna see this, but if they do, let me know. Then we have the Council of 4. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. Whenever a player casts their second spell during their turn, you create a 2/2 white knight. It's also a 0/8, so it's got big booty. We've got the Queen of Dale, 2/1 for 2. And whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, you recruit, which means you draw a card, you discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. This card's really, really good. Then we have the Unagi of Kyoshi Island. Fun fact for you, Unagi is eel. And it has flash, ward, waterbend 4, which means they have to tap artifacts or creatures they control to pay for the ward cost for the waterbend. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2 cards, which is always nice. We have Sorceries. We have these little dorky cards that help draw us extra cards. Gitaxian Probe lets us see a person's hand, draw a card. Bonder lets us look at the top 3. You can put them back in any order or shuffle, and then you can shuffle if you want. Draw a card. Preordained, Scry 2, draw a card. We have Secret Rendezvous, so that way we can draw some extra cards. Also a great political card. We do have our One Wrath effect with Supreme Verdict. We have Tempt with bunnies. So draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Then each opponent may draw a card and create a 1/1 white bunny creature token. For each opponent who does, you get to create an extra bunny and draw an extra card, which is pretty good, especially with Bard, because then you get to just draw an obscene amount of cards along with an obscene amount of bunnies. And then United Front, a pet card that I think deserves more love. It is an X and double white. Create X 1/1 white ally creature tokens, then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. This can also be a game finisher. I have won a game with this card. We have Instants, we have Aetherize, return all attacking creatures to their owner's hands. We do have some counter magic in here. I'm not usually super high on counter magic, but with Bard being so expensive, we have to be able to force through some of our spells. So an offer you can't refuse, Arcane Denial, Counterspell, Negate, and Dovin's Veto are all in here. We do have what we're going to say is a not insignificant amount of removal in Erode, Generous Gift, Path to Exile, Pongify, Stroke of Midnight, Rapid Hybridization, and Swords to Plowshares. We do have a small amount of protection with Flare of Fortitude and Unbreakable Formation. Token generation with Secure the Waste, which is 1 white and X, create X 1/1 white warrior creature tokens. Tiny amount of draw with Opt and Reprieve, and remember, Reprieve also returns a spell to its owner's hand. For artifacts, I did tell you that we have a whole bunch of mana rocks, and so we have Arcane Signet, Azorius Signet, Soul Ring, Thran Dynamo, Talisman of Progress. I'm going to count Oketra's Monument in here because it does reduce the cost of white creature spells by 1. It also poops out tokens when you cast a white creature, or when you cast a creature spell. We have Skull Clamp to help us draw cards, Swiftfoot Boots for a little bit of protection, Howling Mind to draw extra cards, and the Arcan Stone. You can search your library for a legendary card for the adventure side, and then creatures you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Then for enchantments, we have 4. Dictate of Curfix. It's literally just a Howling Mind, but with flash. We have Flowering in the White Tree. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have Ward 1. Non-legendary get +1/+1. I love this card. I love this card a lot. I opened 1 million of them in my Lord of the Rings stuff, and I am honestly shocked it spiked to $14, but I get it. Monologue Tax. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, you create a treasure token. Remember, Bard doubles all your tokens. And Ominous Seas, whenever you draw a card, put a shadow count or foreshadow counter on it. Remove 8, make a 8/8 Kraken. Lands, Adagio to copy some artifacts and enchantments we have. Please note that it makes the copy a legendary, so don't do it to Flowering of the White Tree or the Arcan Stone. That's very, very, very important, friends. We do have Abandoned Air Temple to put 1/1 counters on things. We have Castle Ardenvale that poops out dudes. And then things like Hallowed Fountain. I went a little bit more expensive on the mana base this time. Now for playtesting. Let's go ahead and see what we have. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. We're going to go ahead and draw for our turn. We can't play anything on turn 1, so I'm going to play this Hallowed Fountain tapped. Next turn, I'm going to play Flood Farm Verge. We're going to play the Queen of Dale. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each of your turns, you recruit. So on an opponent's turn, we're going to get to draw. I'm going to discard Pongify. So I'm going to get to create a Human Soldier creature token. Boom. Let's see here. Next turn, we'll say the person didn't get to, but then somebody gets to. I'm gonna get rid of Monologue Tax. I know Monologue Tax is really this is difficult. But Unbreakable Formation is so good, and we need lands. Screw it. We're gonna get rid of the island. Next turn, we draw. We're gonna play our planes. I'm gonna play Monologue Tax. We end our turn. They're going to get to play a spell. We'll toss the negate. We'll generate a card. The next person gets to... I'm going to get rid of Secure the Wastes. Generating a token. See how many tokens we're just like pooping out already. And the next person they're going to draw. We'll get rid of Rapid Hybridization. And we'll say that one person casts 2 spells. So we get 1 treasure. Next turn, Command Tower. So we have 5 mana available to us. I am going to play Prince Imrahil the Fair. And... no, I'm going to play King T'Challa. There we go. We have King T'Challa. We're going to say somebody draws extra cards off of some effect. So we're going to get to draw a card. And then they play their spell. We're going to get rid of Aetherize. We're going to say that and that. Next turn. The next person's turn. They do that. We draw. I'm going to get rid of this Plains. And then that. Oh. Prince Imrahil is so good. I'm going to get rid of Adeline. That's so rough. You have to make hard decisions sometimes. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can run out Bard. Reach and Vigilance. I wish we had... oh, yeah. We'll say that people played spells. People probably were playing extra spells. So we have our 3 for Unbreakable Formation. We're going to go ahead and pass our turn. We're going to get to recruit. I'm going to pitch... I'm going to pitch Boromir. So we're going to get 2 tokens. See how this goes. Generally, you're just going to start generating tokens. And then what you want to do is eventually draw into the things that pump your tokens. Do fun things like that, like your Moonshaker, etc. And then get in for the win. But I got to get this one up and then mow my lawn. So I'm going to wish you all a wonderful day. As always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. Bye.